Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Mega Niar Darmawanti. My student number is 7011040279 and I'm from 60 class. Here I would like to make simulation video in seminar language teaching, and I also would like to explain about my proposal that I have submitted at the 6th semester, entitled The Influence of Using Google Classroom Application Toward Students' Reading Comprehension. Well, the first section I would like to explain chapter 1. It's all about introduction. Background of the problem. Here, according to Richard and Julian Bamford, reading is the construction of meaning from a printed or written passage. It means that when we as the reader read a text, the important thing is how the reader can understand well about the meaning of the content. Silberstein also said that reading is communicative activity. It means that we can get many information and advantages only read a text without speaking activity. As a student, reading also can be an important skill that we need to master. According to Karen, reading comprehension is the process of constructing meaning by coordinating a number of complex processes that include word reading, knowledge, and fluency. It means that reading comprehension is a process reader and reading activities which is build understanding of a text, and it can be combined with logical thinking. In conclusion, reading comprehension is an activity that involves brain and knowledge to get new information in a text. In fact, many students found the obstacles in reading comprehension, such as the first is about the student interest in reading activity. When we as the teacher give an activity, the students still also feel lazy because they didn't interest with reading activity. The second is related to the student's vocabulary mastery. The last is an appropriate choice of media learning in teaching activities. Based on the explanation, the obstacles in reading activity, the researcher used Google Classroom for teaching reading comprehension. According to M. Jensen, Google Classroom design purposefully simplifies the instructional interface and options used for delivering and tracking assignments. Communication with the entire course or individuals is also simplified through announcements, email, and push notification. Google Classroom is one of the interest applications include 3 pages available on Google Classroom, namely Stream, People, and Classroom, which has different functions. Here, there is a researcher related to Google Classroom media in learning that have been conducted. The research was done by Kathleen M. Kiko, entitled The Effect of Google Classroom on Teaching Social Studies for Students with Learning Disability, and the results show that the using of Google Classroom can make students increase their vocabulary scores when using Google Classroom and effective to collaborative learning, to be more creative in using the features to create better in teaching. The second study is from Iftahar. The study is about what and how Google Classroom works. The purpose of this study is to report the overall view of Google Classroom from different classes. The analysis of the results of the questionnaire indicate that this study can be effective in understanding and evaluating teachers and learners' perspective to ensure quality teaching and learning through Google Classroom. On the research that has been done, the research used Google Classroom application because it can help students to be more interested in reading and help the teacher to create better, especially during teaching in the class. Limitation of the problem. Based on the background and the identification of the problem, the research focused on the use of Google Classroom application to improve students' reading comprehension ability. Formulation of the problem. Based on the background of the problem, the research formulates the problem as follows. Is there any significant influence of using Google Classroom application towards students' reading comprehension ability? The scope of the research can be described as follows. As a subject, the subject of the research was students of the second semester of the 8th of Junior High School Negeri pada 14 Padang Cermin 2020 until 2021, and the object of the research was the use of Google Classroom as media in teaching reading comprehension. Chapter 2, Review of Related Literature. A. Frame of theory. First, reading comprehension and definition of reading. Reading is the source of knowledge. Reading can be an important skill that we must master. According to Greb, reading is a process when readers learn something from what they read and involve it in an academic context as part of education. It means that reading is an activity to find out the message or information that writer put into the text as efficient as possible. In other words, reading also can be interpreted as an important skill for people. This skill is more important than speaking. Good reading provides human both pleasure and profit. It means that reading is an important skill to help people understand the meaning of the text. From the explanation above, it can be concluded that reading is a process that needs ability to analyzing word by word in the text and understanding the meaning of the text. In here, the research also put the kinds of reading such as intensive reading and extensive reading. The second is definition of Google Classroom. Google Classroom is an internet application which can be used to create new material during teaching process. According to Penn, Google Classroom is a program for teachers to create a digital classroom for students to communicate with their teachers and peers. Google Classroom is one of the interest applications. Include 3 pages available on Google Classroom, namely Stream, People, and Classwork, which has different functions. In other words, Martinez Moniz et al. Said that Google Classroom is an internet-based service provided by Google as an learning system. Google Classroom can help teachers create and distribute tasks to the students in a paperless way. It means that the teacher can pause video, files, picture, document for students to do the assignment during the class or in home. Based on the explanation above, we can conclude if Google Classroom is an application internet-based that create to help the teacher to create new material and develop the students' ability, especially in reading comprehension. About research methodology, the first is research design. Here, the research uses quantitative research, especially experimental design, and experimental design is the general plan for carrying out a study with an active, independent variable. Design is important because it determines the study's internal validity, which is the ability to reach valid conclusion about the effect of the experimental treatment on the dependent variable. It means the research design is used to find whether there is influence of one variable to another variable. And the population of this research were all the students at the second semester. The total number of the students of the second semester of the age of junior high school 14 negeri pada cermin in the academic year of 2020 until 2021 consists of 184 students that consists of 3 classes. For the sample in this research, the sample of the research used two classes. The two classes of the sample of this research of two classes, the second semester of the age of junior high school negeri 14 Padang Cermin at the academic year 2020 until 2021. And the sampling technique, the research used cluster technique to divide it into two classes as experimental class and control class. And for instrument data collecting technique, the research used pre-test and post-test. For the data analysis, the research analyzed the data by using independent sample t-tests. There are two tests that must be done before analyzing the data by using independent sample t-tests. They are normality test and homogeneity test. The first is normality test. The normality test is used to know whether the data in the experimental class and control class are normally distributed or not. In this research, the research used statistical computation by using SPSS or statistical package for social science for normality test. And for homogeneity tests, used to determine whether the data obtained from the sample homogeneous or not. In this research, the research used statistical computation by using SPSS statistical package for the social science for homogeneity of the test. And the hypotheses for the homogeneity test are formulated as follows. HO, the variance of the data are homogeneous. HA, the variance of the data are not homogeneous. I think that's all for me. I think that's all for the simulation seminar proposal. Thank you for watching my video. I'm sorry if I had many mistakes in this video. I'm closing. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.